Today we will be learning about strings. So various functions that are available for the strings and the operations that we can do on strings. So this is, what is
Learning by
this?
Learning by doing.
Learning by
Learning by
doing. So
doing.
whatever concept we are learning in the lecture, so you will be implementing in the Python so that you are able to understand how it works, what are the results, and how it is behaving. So these are some of the concepts that we will be covering today. First, we will be starting with the introduction of about the strings, then how to declare a string, how you can use the quotes inside the string, then spanning the string across the lines, and then we will be learning about assessing a string, fine, and then we will be string concatenation, string formatters, escape sequences, string functions, and operations on strings. So starting with introduction to string. So what is a string? Python string is a sequence of characters. You know that it is a sequence of characters. When we are talking about a string, it is a sequence of characters. Suppose I take the case of my name Vishal, right? So this is sequence of characters. This is the first character, second character, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, but it is written in a sequence and this becomes a string. So this is a sequence of characters. In Python, strings and the type is str are a special kind of type which is similar to sequence types, right? So we have already learned about sequences, collections. So it is a similar kind of sequence types. So there is a built-in class str for handling the Python strings. And if you talk about Python str object, so str object basically you have a variable of string type, right? So it handles the text and string data type. So if you try to find the data type of this is basically a string, right? Because it is enclosed in single quotes. So this is a string. So when you try to find the type of this string, it will display class str. Python does not have char data type. So we have always learned character data type like in C, C++, Java or other languages, but Python does not have character data type. And if you want to have the single characters, so what you will be doing is a single character is again a string, simply a string, and whose length is 1. So it means if you have only single character with you, so you will be having a string of length 1. So when you want to access the elements of these strings, you will be using the scare brackets. As we have already seen, when you are assessing the elements of tuple, you are assessing the elements of lists. So you are using the scare brackets to access, and inside the scare brackets, you are putting the position, or we say that index. This is important. Strings are immutable like tuples. So you cannot change the contents of strings once it is declared. This is the major feature of the string. The strings are sequence of Unicode characters. We have earlier discussed about Unicode characters as well. Unicode characters means if you want to use the characters from other languages also, like Punjabi, Hindi, Telugu, Udiya, or other foreign languages. So you can directly store into it. So they are the Unicode characters. So, but this is the important from your knowledge sake. In Python 2, the str type used the ASCII encoding. but they were not using the Unicode over here. But at that time in Python 2, if you want to use the Unicode, what you need to do is you need to do exclusively, you need to use the Unicode type. But in Python 3, the str type uses only Unicode. So this is the difference between, if you talk about Python 2 and Python 3. So it should be kept in mind. This can be asked in the questions like in Viva Voice, or when you are going to interview, appearing for the interview, they can ask these such kind of questions. The string can be defined as sequence of characters we have already seen, and we are enclosing them in the quotes. So what kind of quotes you can use? You can use single quotes for enclosing the correct sequence of characters. You can enclose them into double quotes. Even you can enclose them into triple quotes. Let's look at the example. Here you can see that single quotes has been used over here, right? Single quotes, and you have written the string inside it. And similarly, you have used double quotes over here, so you can use double quotes also. Here you are using triple quotes. So triple quotes, basically this is like this, right? And you are finishing it with triple quotes and you are writing inside it, right? So even two times triple quotes or two times triple quotes you can use over here, right? So programmers can use triple quotes to assign multi-line strings in Python also. So we'll be coming later in the lecture about it. So this was the introduction to strings. Then we are moving towards how you are declaring a string. A Python string can be declared using either single quotes or double quotes, right? So this is the variable used for storing the string, and you are writing the string, you are assigning the string value to it, right? And you are enclosing it in single quotes. Then you try to print it, it will print the whatever you have assigned. Then you are here, you are enclosing the string in double quotes, then you are trying to print it, it will be printed. Then here you can use even triple quotes over here. So triple quotes will also work over here, and you are printing this, it will print it. But this is the important point, that you cannot mix both or other. Like here you are starting, you are doing the starting with a single quote and you are finishing with double quotes. So this is not allowed. It will give you an error, end of line while scanning string literal. So this is a basically literal, right? Whatever you are assigning to a variable, this is a literal. So this is a string literal, and it is when it was scanning the string literal, it is getting the syntax error. Then you can use quotes inside a string, right? So where it is required, suppose I take the example of it's my choice, right? You have written this. Now here you have used single quotes over here inside the string. So if you are enclosing it in single quote, so it will an issue for the Python interpreter to find whether the string is ending at this point, because this is single quote, this is also single quote. So it will get confused, right? Now if you are enclosing it double quotes, but inside you want to use the single quote, so then it will not have any issue. So you will write like that, it's my choice. So there is no confusion for the Python interpreter, because you are enclosing the string in double quotes, but inside you have used a single quote. So it will automatically understand that this apostrophe s, this single quote, is the part of the string and not the part of the syntax. Now coming back, so see here you are enclosing the string in double quotes, but inside, while assigning the value, you are again using double quotes inside it. So when you try it, you will find it will be a invalid syntax. Why? Because it will be confused whether this is the starting point, this is the ending point, right? So this will create a problem over here. If you need to use double quotes inside the Python string, so here you can see you want to use double quotes over here, then enclose it in single quotes, no issues. It will understand that double quotes is the part of the string, right? And if you want to use a single quotes, you enclose it in double quotes. You can see over here we have enclosed in double quotes, so it is given. So in the output also single quotes are displayed. Here in the output also double quotes are displayed because double quotes were used in the string literal. You can use as many quotes as you want, so there is no restriction, right? Because it will be looking at starting at end point only, and in between whatever has been written it will be displayed. So you can use single quotes inside the double quotes as many times. And we have more options also. So we will be covering those in the escape sequences in Python. Then we will be moving towards spanning a string across lines. So for spanning a Python string across multiple lines, what you are doing is using triple quotes, right? You are using triple quotes. Here what you are doing is you have used triple quotes over here, and here you are using triple quotes over here. And then you can continue the writing of the line in the next line. So it will be also storing that here it is a next line marker. So it will take care of that and display like that only. So it means it preserves new lines too, unlike using a backward slash for the same. So if you are using the backward slash over here, it shows that it is the continuity of the string, but it is not retaining the next line, new line. So if you're using the backslash over here for writing in the next line, so here it will be writing in the same line only. It was about spanning strings across lines. Then you are moving towards assessing a string. So assessing the string, we have already seen this concept also in list and tuples, in which we are using the indexing. So if you take the example of this, I love India, right? So this is the string, what we have uh, taken as example. Here you can see it is the beginning of the string. So the indexing will start from here. The index of this I is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? So how many characters are there? 10. So this is, I am putting the arrows over here to represent that which index is referring which character, right? So in this way, this is represented like this. So this is your positive indexing. You can see over here, this is your positive indexing. And if you talk about negative indexing, it starts from the end, from here, -1, right? This is -2. This is your -3. This is your -4. This is your -5. This is your -6. This is your -7. This is your -8. This is your -9. And this is your -10, right? So it is similar to lists and tuples. So in Python, individual characters of a string can be accessed by using the method of indexing, what we have used. So indexing is of two types, positive indexing and negative indexing. Indexing also allows negative address references to access the characters from the back of the string. We have seen over here that from the back we are starting with -1, and this is the last character. -2, it is second last character. Fine. So if you are going out of the range, like -11, so it will say index error. If you write 10 in positive indexing, it will say index error. Only integers are allowed to be passed as an index, but if you try to pass float or other types in the index part, so it will give type error. So let's see the example over here. This is the string what we have taken. Okay, we have considered. So you are just displaying the message onto the screen and you are displaying the string. So here you can see this is the method that has been displayed onto the screen, and whatever you have taken the string stored in the string one variable, it is displayed over here. Then you want to print only the first character. So first character, the index is 0. So here you are mentioning string 1, the name of the string what we have kept, and here you are putting the index of the first character. So it is printing the first character, and here you can see the first character is I. You want to print the last character, so you can start with negative indexing, so it can print -1, right? So here it will display A. A string is immutable, means it can't be changed. So you store the string dogs in the variable A. So you want to replace this D with H. It will not allow because the strings are immutable. So this will give you error and it will say str object does not support item assignment, as you have seen in the case of tuple as well. In Python, indexing is coded as offsets from the front, as we have seen the positive indexing. So first item is 0, second item is 1, and so on. A variable is created when you assign it a variable. So here you are assigning a variable. So assigning value to the variable. So this variable will be created, right? May be assigned any type of object and is replaced with its value when it is shown up in an expression. It must also have been previously assigned by the time you use its value. So in Python, we can also use the backward index by using the negative indexing we have already seen. So it will be counted from back, counted back from the right. Then you want to display only the single character. So you will be just mentioning which character you want to display and corresponding index you will be displaying over here. So inside the square brackets, you are displaying the index of that. So then you want to do the slicing. So here you can see the summary of all the slicing options. So we are taking the same example over here. Here you can see 3 to 8. So in tuple or list, we have already seen that this last upper bound is not considered and it will display the characters from 3 to 7. So here we can see it is 3, this is 4, this is 5, this is 7. So what it will display is V, E, I, N, D, right? So it will start from 3 and it will go up to 7. It will not include 8 over here. Fine. Now, next is starting from 8 up to the end of the string. So you have not mentioned anything over here. 8 colon, but you have not mentioned anything, right? So it means you will start from 8 and go up to last character. So here you are starting with 8 and you are going up to end character. So it will display I, A. Then you are not displaying any lower bound, you are not displaying any upper bound, but you are pulling the colon only. So it will display the whole string. So it will display I love India. Right. Next is you are not starting with anything, but you are going up to -2. So it prints the character from the beginning to the 2 characters less than at the end of the string, right? So it is not including -2 over here, right? So it will go up to -3. So how it will display? So it will display like ILOVEIND, right? So up to 3. Next, -2, beginning with -2, and then prints characters from 2 characters from the end to the end of the string. So it will start from -2 up to this. It will display IA, right? Because there is no, there is nothing has been mentioned as upper bound. So upper bound is not there. It will go up to end. Then -3, -2, print characters from 3 characters from the string's end to the 2 characters from it, right? Because this -2 is not considered over here. Then -2 returns the empty string, 2 empty string, because this is not considered. This is not considered, right? So this is not considered. So next we are moving to string concatenation. String concatenation, we have already seen 2 operators. One we know about, the plus operator, another we have the asterisk operator. So plus operator means concatenating one after another, right? So if this is the first string, this is the another string, and you are writing a plus b, so it is, what it is doing is, it has printed the first string, right? This is your first string, and after that it has written the second string, right? Comma was already there. You should not interpret that it has put it from itself. It will not do anything from itself. So whatever is in the first string, it will display over here. It is till here, and this is displayed in another. Another example, now this is, you have taken that string, so this is a string. You are using the asterisk over here, so it will display 2 times this, one after another. So multiplying a by 2 returned this, and not 20. It is not multiplying. It is a string, not a number, right? You cannot concatenate a string to a number. It will give you error. str, it must be str, not int. Then we are moving towards string formatters, right? So string formatters, sometimes what you want is, you may want to print variables along with a string. How can you do that? You can either use the commas. You can use the commas, or you can use the string formatters for the same, right? So here we are using commas over here. So this is the string you want to display as such, right? This is the message you want to display onto the screen. This is, you are displaying the number over here. Then this is the message you want to display onto the screen, and this is the variable. So here you have displayed the variable, right? So you have displayed, so this is as such displayed onto the screen. This is the number, it has been displayed. This is the message, and this has picked the value from this variable city. It was Ahmedabad, so Ahmedabad has been replaced over here. So now we have the string formatters. First is f strings, another is format, and another is percentage operator. So first we look at the f strings, how f string works. The letter f, right, small f, precedes the string. So this is the string you want to display over here, right? Precedes means wherever you want to use, you will be writing before that, right? So this f has been used over here, and the variables are mentioned in the curly braces. So here you want that name to be picked from the variable. So you have mentioned the variable name in the curly braces, right? So you can see over here now what is the output. It is displayed as such, isn't displayed as such, but you want the name to be displayed over here. So it has picked the name, the variable has the value Ayushi, so it has picked the Ayushi from here, and then apostrophe s was again the part of the string, and then birthday, it was there. So notice that because we wanted to use 2 single quotes in the string, we have delimited the entire string with the double quotes. Otherwise, it must be confused. Then we have the another formatter as format. You can use the format method to do the same. It succeeds the string. In the previous case, it was preceding the string. And here you can see it is succeeding the string and has the variable as argument separated by commas. So you have some variable a, right? And you have given the value as dogs to it, right? Now what you are doing, you are writing some message onto the screen. I love. and then you are putting this curly braces along with 0 means that it is referring to the first variable. Why we are referring 0? Because when you are writing format, right? So here there can be multiple variables. It is referring to 0, it is referring to 1, this is referring to 2, and so on, right? So that's why here you are mentioning 0. So it will be looking at which is at the 0 position, and whatever the value is corresponding to that variable, it will replace over here, right? Then another is you are writing the variable name directly over here. So it is picking and you are putting the value as well over here. And then the variables don't have to be defined before the print statement. So there is no need that you need to, it is not compulsory that you should declare the variables before the print statement. So you are writing inside as well. So it will also work. Then percentage operator. So percentage operator goes where the variable go in the string, like percentage S, percentage D. So we can see over here, we have percentage S, here we have percentage D and percentage F. If you have done C language or C++, you must have seen these operators as well. So this is the variable what we have declared. Then we want to print I love. So string to be replaced over here. String to be replaced over here, right? So you have two type of variables. One is, suppose a is there, we have already used in many examples. So we are writing over here a equal to dogs, b equal to ferrets. So this s will correspond to this a, and this percentage s will corresponding to b. So then it will display this, replace this first with dogs and second with cats. So here it should be cats, right? So other options include percentage D. So if you are using, like if you want to print I have percentage D pencils, right? And then you are mentioning um, percentage, then you are A, right? So a equal to 2. So it will display I have 2 pencils because it was numeric. So that's why you have used percentage D. If you have floating point number, so you are mentioning percentage. So a equal to 3.1. So it has used 3.1 over here, right? So this is about percentage operators. Then we are moving towards escape sequences. So earlier, when we were looking at how we can move to the next, so we were talking about escape sequences. So in a Python string, you may want to put a tab or a line feed or other such things. Then what you need to do is you need to use escape sequences. And escape sequences allow us to do this. An escape sequence is a backslash. So it is a backslash. This is important. Followed by a character, depending on what you want to do. So if you want to do the line feed, so the escape sequence is backslash n. You want to use tab, so it will be slash t. So it is representing, put a tab over here. Wherever you are using slash t, it means you want to put tab over here. If you are using slash n inside the string, it means you want to feed new line over here. So see over here, print hell percentage t, backslash t. So this is escape sequence for tab, right? It means you are putting tab over here. You can see first hell has been printed, then it is the tab, right? Tab space, and then O will be printed. So here this slash t has replaced with the tab space. Then is the backslash. So if you want to display backslash, like you want to display onto the screen a backslash b, right? So in this way, so here you can write like this. So then this backslash will be displayed like this. onto the screen. Otherwise, it will be confused about what is the special meaning of slash b in the string. It will be considered as escape sequence and it will be confused, right? So if you want to display single quote inside, like you are using um, hello, then you want to use backslash Vishal, right? So it is error. But if you want to use this like this, hello, then use backslash, then single quote, then write Vishal, then use backslash, single quote, then single quote. So it is okay. What will it display is hello, Vishal. Because now it has considered that this single quote is not the part of ending and beginning of the string, but it is a specially it has been used inside, so it will display this. Similarly, if you want to use the double quote, so you backslash double quote, so it will display double quotes, right? Then we are moving towards the string functions. We have number of string functions. So if you want to capitalize, so S dot capitalize, convert the first character to the capital letter. S dot center, so padding of the string with special characters. Default is a space. S dot count, count number of occurrences in the string. S dot find, returns the first occurrence of substring in the text. S dot format, format the string to generate nice output. S dot is all numeral number, check for alphanumeric numbers. Is alpha, check whether all the characters are alphabets. S dot is digit, check the digit characters. S dot is space, checks white spaces in the string. S dot join, concatenate the strings. L just, left justified the string. R just, right justified string. Lower, convert to lowercase characters. Split, split the string with given separator. Strip, cut the characters from string. Swap case, convert the lowercase to uppercase or uppercase to lowercase, as vice versa. Upper, convert to uppercase letters. Z fill, convert the string by adding zeros with it. So these you can try by yourself one by one. So these are some of the examples that I'll quickly take. So this is the string 1, this is string 2. Then you are printing my string 2. So it is printing whatever you have stored in string 2. This is hello world, right? And then what you are doing is you are capitalizing. So what you have done is capitalizing. So it has capitalized the first character, that is small h to capital H. Then my string 2 dot center length of my string 1, right? So length of my string 1, what is the length of my string 1? First of all, it will find the length of the my string 1 and then it will be center starting from that, right? And then my string 1 dot find, my string is alphanumeric, then you are joining, right justifying, swatch case, z fill. So you can just have a look on this whole example, that how these functions can be used uh, for operating on the strings. Then these are some of the another examples in which multi-line string has been explained. This is you are using, we have already used the slicing operators, right? Plus operator, multiply operators, indexing, slicing. So this is the example for that. Then we are moving towards operations on strings. We have multiple operations. We have comparison, arithmetic, membership, identity, and logical. So first, we look at the comparison, in which we are using the relational operators, what we have already studied. So here, less than, greater than, less than, equal to, greater than, equal to operators. So we can use over here with the strings as well. Then arithmetic operators, we can use plus and minus. We have already seen over here, in which concatenation plus will concatenate, and this will concatenate that number of times. Membership operators, we have already seen. If you want to see in or not in, right, whether this substring is uh, present in this string or not, less is not in this or not. Then identity, so whether they are similar or not, is or is not. We can use logical operators and or not. So just have a look on this. This is somewhat different. If the value on the left is true, on the value on the left is true, if it is true, right, on the value on the left is true, it returns the value on the right. Otherwise, the value on the left is false, it returns false. So this is a bit different kind of thing that is there in the string. In the case of or, if the value on the left is true, it returns true. Otherwise, the value on the right is returned. So in the case of not, as we have said earlier, an empty string has Boolean value of false. So this will give false. An empty string has a Boolean value of false. So you can try and then you can find out how it works. These are the websites where we have taken the content of the presentation. So you can go through all these websites. They are the good websites from where you can get more knowledge about these strings. So thank you very much, and let me know if you have any doubts.